Davengers. West Coast Davengers. Ah! Ah!
Welcome back to the West Coast Avengers. I am your host, your comic guru, and I am the ghost of Stan Lee.
Excelsior!
In a new body. Dave, that's right. Your guy. Thanks. Okay. The last couple weeks, I want to say thank you to obviously my OG subscribers, but to every single new subscriber that joined due to the $16,000 collection and the $300 collection. So welcome. You probably won't leave, because if you do,
there's a good chance I know where you live.
just kidding. I don't know how to start off these things like a professional person. I'm just me. I'm in my comic room, my office, and this is what you get. Generally, every Wednesday is West Coast Wednesday, my comic book claim sale. Every Sunday, I drop a new video, like the one you're watching right now. A new endeavor, going into our 15th episode, is a podcast called It Came from the Newsstand. It is a podcast I share with my brother, my friend, the 9.9 Newsstand Manu. We talk about comics, we talk about nostalgia, we talk about selling comics, and the human experience of just existing. A little existential at times, but always fun. You can find that podcast dropping every Monday morning on every podcast platform that exists. And we have an Instagram that goes along with that podcast, so say hi to us, leave us a comment, drop a review, or just tell us to shut up. I don't really care, because I ain't gonna stop. All right, now that we got that all out of the way, I went to a Comic-Con. Oh my God, I went to a Comic-Con. Not just any Comic-Con. I went to Rose City Comic-Con a couple weekends ago in Portland, which is an absolutely lovely city if you've never visited. Portland, Oregon. You can watch Portlandia, and it's about 85% accurate. I will say this, and I say this with 100% confidence, and there's no denying it. Portland is the biggest comic book town in the U.S. Not only is it home to such publishers as Dark Horse Comics, Image Comics, and a couple other small ones, Floating World Comics, there are more comic book stores within Portland and even outside Portland, there's a map, than anywhere else in the country. I can think of 7 stores right off the top of my head: Excalibur, Fallout, Floating World, Cosmic Monkey, Things from Another Planet, Tasty Cat Comics. I think I've lost count. There's a lot of comic stores in Portland. It is a very comic-rich and art-rich city, so please take a visit. Some of the best food in the U.S. also resides in Portland. How do I know? I gained about 20 pounds when I was living there. So Rose City Comic-Con, I went down to hang out with homeboy Dave Correa, Mr. Plays with Knives himself. He was set up with a booth, selling his original art, his sculptures, his prints, his sketchbooks, some beautifully dark stuff, very Lovecraft inspired. So please check out DaveCorea.com
to get all your dark art needs.
This is the first time in years, probably a half a decade, that I went to a Comic-Con as an attendee. I'm usually working, whether it's selling my own comics, working with friends, working for organizations, doing auctions. I have been involved in the Comic-Con scene for a long time in many different iterations of my career. It was a lot of fun to do this. I bought a lot of books. I bought about 2.5 short boxes of books. Unfortunately, by the time you've seen this, a lot of those books did get sold, but that doesn't mean you can't see how I got them and what I got. I also got to meet some great creators there: Stan Sakai, Adam Hughes, Arthur Adams, Simon Bisley, and I'm going to talk about that too. Why don't I throw you to the footage? We'll get to the comics, and I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit more. And then you can just click like and click off and never see me again. Bye.
I don't have a shop. It's just kind of wonder who it is. I'm probably
this guy right here.
know some of the people. I don't know. I don't.
But he's got a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, is that no, I don't know. RKFA Comics. Which means that you're right, it's probably just stuff.
That's what he told me. Nice to say. It's just a bunch of random. It's not
Just
just alphabetical. It's just
Is this yours? Okay, figured. Nobody would leave that book just sitting there.
Unless you want to buy it.
How much is he charging?
This one, talk to the man in the red shirt.
All right.
Also up on two crane ones too.
Keeping that.
I'm deciding, but if you want to get it,
Oh,
I won't fight you for it.
all right, I'll see how much it is.
All right, and then there's this one right here.
I have the
And looks like these are all.
Not when there's this much good stuff just sitting there. That would mean somebody else will get it. Isn't that the pros of coming to a con the first day? Is getting first dibs.
First dibs, but we'll also reload the stuff.
Yeah, I have a graded version.
And, oh, you work. You have any Wizard magazines? I see
There's a couple in
something.
some of the boxes. Like a run.
Oh, okay. It was like a full run of Wizard. All right, sign me up. I can go bring my car over here and just load it in.
They're not bad against board. I know they're. I'm not assigned to see it.
So is everything just kind of like he's gonna price it?
Wherever there's no information. That's how I found out.
You know what I mean? Oh my God. Did you see the one of them in there? Yeah. One of them.
Joe, what's your what do you look for?
Looking for a bunch of Fantastic Four and like early Swamp Thing.
Okay, so Wrightson
Right
and
now,
Kirby.
Yeah.
I got you.
Shit. Well, not Kirby, but Burns.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get every single piece of art published, McFarlane published art, and I'm close. Trying to see his pricing before I go crazy, you know?
What it is. He's just kind of handed to. He said he kind of handed to him.
Yeah, he's right there. I'm listening to him. What the fuck? But look,
That's kind of like a Wild Thing.
look at the name on top, though. Barry Manilow? What is this? Look, Barry Manilow, Jacket Jill. What is this?
No idea. A bunch of Star Wars.
Yeah, I saw. I was flipping through
It was
that.
a 2 and a 3.
You know, this is the first con that I've gone to where I'm able to like dig. In,
Oh, yeah?
In like 5 years, yeah, because I've just been working them.
Miss Marvin in the one.
Yeah, I saw he's got a bunch of nice books in that box. When you're done, let me see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Jesus, the amount of stuff in here.
I know.
I know, it's. Oh, look at these.
Yeah, those are cool.
All right, I'll see what he wants for these, but these are fun. Actually,
Yeah, not wrong. I'm just.
That's some weird stuff. I appreciate it. Thanks.
That's a Dave Stevens cover, isn't it? We're here with Dave Correa, artist extraordinaire. He loves being on camera, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm okay. Why are you looking at me?
The art of Dave Correa. Who's Dave Correa?
Wait, he's this guy. What the hell is this? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna start looking. He's like, you can start making a stack.
Open.
You'll have to wait till Luke gets here.
That's
to check
fine.
out, but yeah, start.
We'll be here. We'll be here for an hour, anyways.
Start spending. Easy for you to say. Who are you? And what do you want?
First time in person, the Black Cat Comics.
The Black Cat Comics on
Yes.
Whatnot.
Yeah, on Whatnot. First started Whatnot. There was already a Black Cat Comics. We never thought we were going to get popular. So we're like, F it, we'll just make black underscore cat underscore
Yeah.
comics. Who's going to care, right?
Yeah.
And now we look like total assholes because we totally ripped off someone's name.
Yeah, but you don't look like assholes to me, and
and
this
then-
is my channel. They're not assholes. I will make that statement right now. There will never be another Black Cat Comics on my channel.
We're honored.
There we go. Hell yeah.
Right on the money. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, these originals?
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Love those.
Yeah, the watercolors.
Yeah.
I guess that's watercolors. I just started reading it from the beginning. I have like the first 4 or 5 graphic novels. It's like so enjoyable to read. Wow. I mean, it's some of the most enjoyable comics I've ever read.
Yeah, story-wise?
Story-wise, the pace.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I'm sure I can talk to him and ask him. I bet he was a big Karl Barks fan.
I felt so bad because I had to I had to take my supplements.
Well, this might be the second person I spend money with on original art this weekend. I actually kind of like this because it's an old Christmas card.
No shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Dark Horse Christmas card 2022. But I do like this one too.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Put some more of those in here, I think.
Did you see it?
Oh God, I don't know, man. I just watched this. I'm from Seattle, man. I just drove
Yeah,
down
me
here.
too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just drove down here to check it out, you know.
You're gonna be here all weekend, and this table's insane.
Yeah, we still don't know the prices yet, though.
Yeah, well, that's the big if, right? He's looking to sell. I'm a motivated buyer. Oh yeah, no big deal. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Good God.
I don't know what he wants from them. I should ask him what he wants.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out one of each and see what his prices are. Because he's got first print, second print, newsstand, a beat up newsstand. So that's the 3rd print.
Yeah, I think I got your card left over from SummerCon.
SummerCon, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last show.
Yeah.
And
you got a lot of good stuff at that show.
well, I'll be at Grid City if you're. Well, I'm sure you are. You going to come to Grid City in November?
Of course.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Is there any more of those Batmans out there?
Yeah, there's
There's like 20 copies.
there's a metric fuck ton of them. Where's Coast Davengers with Big Me McFly, the comic guy? I don't know. I just gave you a theme song.
There you go. You charge me for that?
No,
Get
that's
your buddy to put some music to it.
You're all it's all royalty-free
I'll
music.
turn the volume down at the beginning.
Yeah, my shit's way too loud. Oh yeah, but Travis and Bigby and Dave, and we're here to take over the world, one YouTube channel at a time. And if you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe to Bigby's channel. Travis, do you have a channel?
Yeah, it's Comics Limited.
Comics Limited, and I don't need to plug my own channel on my own channel, but you're taking a video of your face, dude. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Everything's so weird right now.
It's so weird.
Am I on drugs?
I don't know. I think you're just on Comic Con.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, high on comic. Comic
Yes.
high. Whoa, man, where's Dave? Yeah.
I don't know. He's all over the place now. Everybody wants him.
I don't know. I might give it a try.
He'll probably do it. And he does New York, San Diego, and he
Yes, I love comics. Oh, hi. Hey, welcome back. It's just talking to the microphone. Oh, right. Thanks for watching that footage. I know there was a lot, and you got to see me dig through a lot of comics. RKFA, Rare Key First Appearance Comics, was that booth that just had short box and long box after short box and long box, and it was amazing. It was the kind of model that that I really love, and you don't see that at Comic Cons too much anymore. A little bit of it was overindulgence on my part, but honestly, I have nothing to complain about. I picked up some great books, and I think I already made my money back that I spent that day. So that's okay, because that's what I do. You know, I use my job, which is my hobby, to fund my hobby and my life. So it's kind of all encompassing. Hopefully some of the conversations that I have with some of the creators there will lead to appearances on this channel, but no one can say for sure until it happens. Art Adams, I did get him to sign a book, but I really have always loved his Godzilla. And this is a print that he had available at his table, and I had him sign it. And I'm going to throw this in a frame and just put it up, but you're really excited telling this. But Simon Bisley was somebody that I had met at the London Comic Con that I went to in July. I went over to his table. His commission list was already filled up. And so I asked him, I said, are you going to be doing commissions in Portland? He's like, oh, of course, man. I can't do his accent. Anyway, he said it was really nice. He said that he was doing commissions in Portland. So I said, I'll see you there and I'll get a commission done. Well, lo and behold, I got him to do a bust sketch of a xenomorph. And if you're not, for some reason, familiar with the xenomorph, it is the alien from Ridley Scott's Alien and James Cameron's Aliens and David Fincher's Alien 3. Classic sci-fi created by H.R. Geiger. And Bisley has done some work for Dark Horse in the Aliens property. And I absolutely love it. This only cost me $260. So if you are going to see the Biz at a con, get a sketch from him. He is one of the legendary comic artists and painters, and his sketch work is better than most people's regular work. So I was really stoked to have that. Add that to the OA collection. Original art. Come on, dude. Do you even art? What I'm going to say about RKFA Comics, their model was pretty wild. It was just build a pile, build a stack, and Luke will just kind of total it up and give you a price and then cut it. Now, a little bit of that tactic is to get people to buy more and more and more, which is smart. But this guy must have made $30,000 to $50,000 easy that weekend. I mean, let alone I spent $3,000 with him, and I watched other people spend multiple thousands of dollars. And I didn't really look for condition and stuff. And honestly, it didn't really bite me in the ass. Maybe about 15% of the books were a little bit worse than what I thought they were condition-wise after I took them out. But everything else was great. One of the big things that I got, and it's part of the thumbnail, I bought 10 copies of Batman 423 from him. For some reason, you don't understand the significance of Batman 423. It's the classic Todd McFarlane cover. The only, he doesn't do the interiors, and it's one of the most iconic Batman covers, and McFarlane kind of cites it as like very last minute cover that he did. Now, originally when I started going through the stacks, I found the pile. There was maybe 12, 13, 14 of them, and I didn't feel like being greedy. I didn't feel like spending the money on buying all of them. I just picked out a really nice clean newsstand. But come Sunday, when I went back, 10 of them were still, or 9 of them were still there. And I said, okay, if nobody's taking shots at these, because I think a lot of people are intimidated to try and make an offer on every single one, I brought them up and I said, hey, Luke, give me your best price. Now, they weren't minty. They were mid-grade-ish, a bunch of third prints, a bunch of first prints, and 2 first print newsstands. There were no second prints, and I think that second print's probably a lot rarer than people think. But I bought them all. I think I paid $450 for all of them. They're all gone. They sold on West Coast Wednesday. I flashed the screenshot of the Batman wall. I had fun with them. I have my own personal copies, so they, I just wanted to make those available to people. There were a lot of books that I bought. I just picked out a couple of what I still had left that I thought were pretty unique. Amazing Fantasy 15 reprint with a new cover featuring Gwen and Miles. This is a Turkish edition. I didn't realize when I picked it out that it was an AF-15 reprint. It's pretty cool. It's a high quality book, so if you ever see one of these, you should pick it up. So I was talking to Luke about Mark Jewelers, and he said to me, hey Dave, he's like, I think I have a whole box of ASM Mark Jewelers. I'm like, whoa. I think I made that noise exactly. If you know anything about me, I am a Todd McFarlane collector. I have a goal of getting every Todd McFarlane Mark Jeweler variant that exists because I have all of his regular Marvel DC runs. Luke said, yeah, I think I have that whole McFarlane run in Mark Jewelers. And lo and behold, he ended up bringing it on Saturday to me. It had everything except 298, 299, 316, and 328. I have a 3 316 Mark Jeweler. So I bought the whole thing. I bought the entire box of ASM, the whole stack. There's like 35 because it goes into Larson era as well. And so now I am just missing 3 Mark Jewelers to complete that ASM run, and that is 298, 299, and 328. So I made a lot of those available on the last Wednesday of sale, and they all sold. I did pick up a couple of non-Mark Jeweler ASM books from him just for future sales, and that's a 301 and a 298. I thought this was one of the most unique books. This is a Jessica Jones #1 hip-hop variant signed by Michael Gaydos and Brian Michael Bendis. Bendis is the co-creator of Jessica Jones, but I think it's Bendis that wrote this. It just says, just fucking shoot me. And I thought that was really unique. Just the last book I really wanted to show off. I got 2 copies of this. This is a big book for me. Daniel Clowes's 8-Ball #1. That's a first printing. I got 2 copies of this. So I'm going to pick the best one out that's in the best condition and put that in my PC. And then I'll be selling the other one at some future sale. If you don't know Daniel Clowes, obviously creator of 8-Ball. If you ever saw the movie Ghost World, that's based on one of his stories. One of the stories that I love of his is David Boring, and he has a new book coming out from Fantagraphics called Monica, one of the most legendary cartoonists out there. So all in all, it was a fantastic experience. I don't foresee myself going to many cons where I have that kind of experience in buying. I'll be going to New York Comic Con this week, and for me, New York Comic Con's more about meeting creators, networking, trying to get some people on this channel for interviews, seeing friends that I grew up with in New York, seeing new friends that I haven't met yet, being inside the biggest East Coast comic convention. If you are listening to the podcast, tomorrow you're going to hear an episode of me and Manu talk about our experiences with comic conventions when we were kids, local cons. We both have very shared experiences, even though we grew up on opposite sides of the country. There's a moment towards the end of the podcast where I say this, and I'll say it again here in paraphrasing myself. If you have a chance to go to a Comic-Con, whether big or small or medium size, you should. They are still part of the lifeblood of this industry. It is a way to connect directly with the books themselves, the people that sell the books, other people that are like-minded that buy the books, and then the creators and artists and people who are behind the books. And putting money directly in a creator's pocket, like I did with Bisley and Art Adams, or the mom and pop stores that may have a booth, that is a way to keep comics from never going away, and to make sure that we stop hearing about stores closing and publishers going under, and etc. It's a little part that we play in the conventions, but it overall it's a huge thing if we're all chipping in. And I'm very well aware that I do this for a living and that I'm telling you to go spend money with other people. There's plenty of people out there that want to buy books. Every day somebody else is collecting comics and reading comics and getting into art, creating comics. So please support the local shows. You don't have to put your money into San Diego and New York, but places like Rose City or Near Mint Sundays or Mid-Ohio Con, these are the places that can use your money, because that way they can stay in business and they can keep going. New York Comic Con took a break, if I remember correctly, but I used to go to New York Comic Con, but I used to go to Big Apple Con more so. You know, obviously we have our little parts to play, but support what you can with the money that you do have if you are going to. You don't need to support the Barnes and Nobles and the Targets and all that shit. You got to support the smaller ventures and even the middle-sized ventures. But I had a really good time. I want to say thanks to homie Dave Correa for always hooking it up whenever he's got extra passes, and to Joe Fox, good friend who was palling around with me when we were digging for books. And it was nice to see friends that I want to just shout out once again. Black Cat Comics on Whatnot, Big Me McFly, Comics Limited, RKFA, Poteet's Pop Culture, and I don't think I'm forgetting anybody, but if I did, I'm sorry. Anyway, hit the like, subscribe, all that bullshit, and I'll see you next week on the West Coast Avengers.